bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more, see if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea, in Hero. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion. There was an idea called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more, see if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea, in Hero. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion.
All right, you guys, welcome. So we're back to our weekly podcast. We're joined with Luis from Limited. What's going on, Luis?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
So thank you for joining us. If you guys are not familiar, so take a chance to introduce yourself, Luis. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you from, you know.
Okay. I'm Luis. I work at Limited Editions, Comics and Collectibles here in McAllen on Nolana and 2nd Street in front of the Wells Fargo and the Hollywood Movie Theater. I currently manage the shop, so anything and everything you see on our social media comes through me. And yeah, I don't know. I like comics, I like books, and all the nerdy stuff that you all like.
Long walks on the beach.
Oh, yeah, you know me. Popcorn, the movies.
All right, that's very good. So thank you for joining us, Luis. So I know, being part of a staple when it comes to limited edition of comics, right? We have so many different people here. Oh, we got my aunt. Hi, Tia. Hi, Tia. We got a lot of family. So that's my aunt. So usually, Luis, we like to talk about just some basic things. So, me, I kind of got started in comics more during COVID.
Yeah.
That's kind of what got me going. Because Homer with Neon Comics, right? We talk a lot of shit, just straight up honesty.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, you won't learn comics what I've learned in years. I said, bet, bro, it's COVID. I got nothing but time. Like,
you got time. Yeah.
I got nothing but time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, obviously, times have changed then, right? Between now and then, 3 years later. But that's kind of what got me into comics. Jay, what got you into comics, Jay?
Honestly, for comics, it was more the illustrations, to be honest. I never really physically owned comics until actually recently when the Ruby Crossed Justice League comic books actually came in. It's actually owned now the whole series. I have that. I have that in my repertoire, and then, well, now I've been getting into the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. I've been actually, you actually got me one of them. I actually have it hanging on my wall.
Yeah, nice.
The 30th anniversary ones.
Mhm.
So I have those like on me and up. So I've been slowly but surely collecting comic books, but of course the ones that I'm more interested in.
Yeah.
So what about you, Luis? What got you into comics and stuff? Or are you don't get high on your own supply, or what kind of convinced you to go that route and stuff?
I started reading comics. I was a digital reader, but I saw a panel of the Venom dinosaur from Old Man Logan back on 4chan in like 2012, 2013 maybe. I was like, hey, this looks sick, So I was like, all right, let me find where this is from. Oh, it's like comic books. You can just download them. Okay, yeah. So I was just downloading. I was pirating. Don't pirate comics, kids. Buy them from us. But I was pirating when I was a teenager. I was reading a bunch of comics. I was reading digitally, and then my partner was like, "Hey, why don't you buy some?" And I was like, I don't want to buy comics. I can just get them online. I don't need comics. And then bit by bit, she started taking me to all the local shops, and I started picking up bit by bit. And then I saw an ad that they were hiring at this comic book shop. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm a broke college student. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? And now I'm here. And as you can see from my shelf, I do actually like comics quite a bit. So
That's true.
Yeah.
So you went from basically like the consumer part of it to managing the business, right? So before you joined Limited, right?
Yeah.
What was like your go-to comic book shop? Was it like Myth, Kaboom? Were they around, or were you trying some other little hole-in-the-wall places, or?
So I would go a lot to I would go to Limited primarily. Limited was usually the first one. It was also closest to my house, so that was it's a little convenient. But I would go to Limited first because they always had like a good amount of variants. But I did the rounds. Everybody, they go to Myth, they go to Kaboom. I would do the same thing. One of like the really big ones that came out was like right when I was starting to collect was Action Comics 1000. So I got maybe 2 or 3 variants from Limited, and then Kaboom had one. And then Myth didn't have any I didn't already have. I got a couple of them online, but that was like one of those that's like, all right, there's so many variants, you have to go everywhere, you know. And I think a lot of collectors, like if they don't have like a super consistent place, they do the rounds, you know. There's always, they have stuff that we don't have, we have stuff that they don't have, so you really have to, you know the community a little bit if you want to get everything you want.
Interesting. So, so you transferred from the consumer part to the manager part. So, was it one of those things like your dream job? Like, oh, you know, I love comics. Now I'm gonna work in a comic book shop, or was it just kind of like to pay the bills? Did you plan on it, you know, growing to what it's grown now? You know, because pretty much you can't really think limited without Luis. You know, I don't know
Yeah.
how other people feel about that. You know.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think? Was it just like, oh, I'm just gonna do this job till I finish college, or what kind of progressed it to be as long as it's been?
Oh, I was definitely like, yeah, let me just do this job till I finish college, you know. I started in 2019. I started in the summer, and I was like, you know what, I'll stick around for a bit. You know, we'll see where it goes. It's not a lot of commitment, you know, not a lot of work. The three bosses were still going around doing a lot of the work, and then COVID hit, and when COVID hit, they were busier with their jobs. I mean, comic book stores shut down. You know, we were in lockdown for a few weeks. And when I came back, I hit them up and I was like, hey guys, I need a job that pays me okay. You know, I can't be doing, you know, like part-time. And then they were like, okay, do you want to be a manager? And I was like, okay, sure. You know, and at that point we were in maybe like our second or third year. So a lot of the infrastructure that we built for how we run the shop, like that was a good chunk of it was me trying to innovate, me trying to stay ahead, me trying to work on, you know, how to communicate, how to keep track of everything, using more Google Sheets, using all of this. Because it's really easy to just be like, yeah, we're a local business, we just track everything on paper. But you really have to find like that next level to be professional, you know, to be more efficient too, you know. So yeah, I definitely didn't see it panning out this way, but it's good that it did. You know, the business is growing. We're keeping our heads well above the water, and it's good. Yeah, you know, I got a good team. We're hiring.
We're hiring. What you're saying is that Jane, I'm just kidding. So you progressing that way. So, what did you go for school for? I'm just out of curiosity. I'm just curious about that.
I'm a psych major.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. But,
no. Okay. So the same subject there. No, I'm just kidding. So,
yeah.
I mean, you could apply that to what you do pretty much daily here. So, have you already graduated? Do you plan on like pursuing this, or you're doing this for now to pursue like something else, or you want to incorporate it to what you're doing, or?
I didn't finish college. I always tell people that I have half a degree. Yeah, COVID really, like, I left during, you know, around that time, and then I don't know, I just never came back. I was working pretty much full time, and I'll go back and finish at some point. But right now I'm like, you know what, let me keep growing the business. Let me make sure that I can hand it off to the right people if I decide to step away at some point, you know. It comes in handy. I mean, you guys know, right? A lot of retail is like interacting with the customers. There's got to be a back and forth. So knowing the kind of person that's in front of you and knowing what they like and knowing, you know, like, I mean, comics they're so fickle and you never know what somebody actually wants. So sometimes I'm like, all right, I have one book left and I have two people. Who's going to be less mad if I don't give it to them? You know, or if I have to wait another week to reorder it to get it to them, like who can I give it to? So it really does come in handy to like have a little bit of an understanding of people in general, I guess.
Nice. We got Nico in the chat. So Nico's one of our vendors, man. What's going on, Nico? How was
Nico?
Cowabunga Con? That's not how it was in the comics. I'm curious.
Yeah.
And kind of speaking about that, so you know, there's a lot of conventions that go by and stuff. You know, I know you did a couple of our parking lot events. You know, both with Limited and by yourself and so forth. But do you guys participate in a lot in like the local conventions? Do you guys try to stick primary to brick and mortar? What is it that you guys are trying to accomplish there?
So we mostly try and stick to brick and mortar. I mean, honestly, like half the bills of any comic book shop is comics. It's weekly comics. It's our weekly pull. So that's like our primary thing. And we have our system so optimized that a lot of like other things, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't have the time for this, you know? And I'm like, I would love to prioritize it. I'd love to get to the point where I have multiple people that I can designate that stuff to. But right now, you know, we're still trying to get our methods down. We're still trying to prepping up. So conventions, if a good offer comes along, I mean, your events are always nice because, you know, like it's local and I can just bring stuff and, you know, I'm hanging out with friends on the weekend. But going out of town is something that like the owners would like to do. but maybe we're not there just yet in terms of how much free time we want to allocate. They're one of the owners likes to talk about like, oh yeah, like the shop it's his retirement plan, not in terms of like profit, but in terms of like it's what he wants to do once he retires, you know.
Yeah.
So when he's done with that, you know, when he retires, he's gonna come in and he's like, yeah, you know what, I'll take a truck, you know, we'll take some merch, we'll go out of town, and we'll see what we can do, you know. But for now, we're just focusing on our new weekly comics and stuff.
That's good. So we have Nick saying that on that Saturday was okay, but Sunday was slow at Cowabunga. So hey, man, sometimes you win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly because it's honestly their first convention, so I wouldn't doubt it was things that they could have done change between Saturday and Sunday. It's like I say, it's always, whenever you always do like a first event, it's always going to be one thing that does well, and another time that does bad.
Yeah, that's what Nick said. It was his first show, right?
Mhm.
Hey, man, first show with voice actors, man. I give him props. I personally wouldn't do that first.
For real,
but, I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
Hell no, dude.
personally, I
Honestly,
wouldn't. But hey, more power to you.
yeah, like I said, if they were affordable, if it was something that they were able to do, hey, more power to them.
That's true. How about you guys, Luis? Have you guys ever thought about reaching out to like maybe some artists, you know, Sam De La Rosa, anyone like that, to do like some signings in the shop or anything like that, or no? Or that's something
We ha-
your level
We
yet?
have the thing about it is like it's hard to get people. It's hard to get connected with people. So like I've reached out to a couple of people on Twitter, and some people can be a little expensive, and I'm like, you know what? You know, we want to do it. It's just a matter of like picking the right person and also knowing that we can stock enough of their stuff to make a solid profit, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I know with Dave Trotsky, the one that's the My Hero, we got him for the sports show, right?
Mhm.
And we're gonna try to do maybe an unofficial Friday event in the shop. We haven't decided yet, but to get all that stuff going, man, it's a pain in the butt, bro. I could tell
Yeah.
you, Terra Sounds was a nice learning curve, you know, due to the rescheduling we had previously and the third
Very
party we used.
expensive learning curve.
Yeah, she's expensive, but I don't lose twice. That's like my
Yeah.
rule. Like I'm gonna lose once, but for David Trotsky, a cool dude, man, real understandable.
Yeah.
He was real cool when it came to the contract work and everything. But no, that's cool, man. Because one of the biggest things I would love to do, and I mean, you know, we're not a huge comic book shop, you know, we don't have a distributor,
Mhm.
but I think it'd be cool to have Sam De La Rosa, you know, especially like with pops and everything, you know.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man.
I would love to get him for like a weekend, bro. But I just don't know if our shop can have the capacity, bro. Because at Comic Con, that dude was stacked, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
he was stacked for hours. You got something from him too, didn't you, or no?
Me, no. I'm not a big Venom fan.
No.
Yeah, it's one of my
Ooh.
big
Okay, so
Hey.
so for you, like if money wasn't an option,
Mhm.
who would be an artist you would want to bring down to limited if money wasn't an option?
I think Alex Ross is someone who like everybody likes, you know? Because like there's people that I like that I'm like, you know, like I've told people like, hey, like grab this cover. This cover's good. And they're like, it's okay. And I'm just like, I can't believe it, you know? So like I have to thinking as a manager, I have to think of like, okay, like who do people like? You know, you want to bring Todd McFarlane, who I think is fine, but you know, people like him. Alex Ross, who's actually really good, you know? You have to get like middle of the road, but still stand out kind of artists. I can't get too esoteric.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, no. What's Alex Ross is good, man. He's got a lot of good Captain America stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, you'd know.
100%.
What about you, David?
Oh, bro. I mean, I want to be stereotypical, like Fred and say Creighton Crane, but I don't know, bro. Like Santa is a cool dude, bro. We met him. I would love to just fucking drink a beer with the guy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't know if he drinks, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I know it, like that he came to ask us for a favor at our booth. You know, he's very chill, very humble guy.
I'm not gonna lie, at least the best part was he asked us for change, like to color him up. And like I felt like he went to everybody and we were actually able to compete dollar for dollar for him, you know?
Yeah, nice.
So I was like, we know what we're doing sometimes. Like maybe not all the time.
Oh, I know. Last year when I needed change, I went to Fred. I was like, "Hey, Fred, I need 200," and he's like, "I got you, bro." So just got me right then and there.
We're like the unofficial ATM of the Comic Con. But only for people we like, just FYI, guys. I don't want to fucking line there and the next one and shit. You guys said bullshit. So
I'm gonna say the fucking one guy, the couple customers asked us like, "Oh, okay, can you cash out? I'll give you cash."
nah, fuck that.
So
So
I
that's
think I did that to Fred.
yeah, that's true. What's it called? So, so that would be cool getting Alex Ross to the shop. So, just walk us through a day. So I know like you guys have, you know, your pulls and stuff. So how does that pull system work? Like for comic books, you know, I know there's a lot of people there. out there that want to know like how's it come into pulls, pull lists, and stuff like that. Because I know I got pull list with you I think like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been working out good. Even though I owe you money, you know, I'll just say it out loud. You know, I owe Louis like $400, bro. Like straight
Yeah,
up.
it's a box in the back. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, first of all,
It's
it's
a
not
bit.
that big of a box. It's not a. It's not a.
It's
What's
a
his
it's a
name?
pop box. It's a pop box. It's not
Yeah.
too big.
What the fuck's his name again? I forget. We just
Oh,
talked about
Johnny.
him before. Oh, it's not a Johnny box. There you go. Good man. It's ain't a Johnny box, so we good. That box is stacked, bro.
It literally has your name on it with a dollar sign. Dollar sign right next to it.
You know, give my fucking money. So,
Yeah.
but how does that work, Luis? Like, if you wanted to, like, if I'm just a customer that walks in and I want to start to pull this, like, how do you approach that? What's your methods? What do you do?
Okay, so the thing that people don't get about comics coming in is all the numbers for tomorrow, you know, because tomorrow it's Tuesday, right? Tomorrow's Wednesday, it's New Comic Book Day. All the numbers for tomorrow had to be put in at least 3 weeks in advance. So we know how many people are pulling Predator, Star Wars, Darth Vader, whatever, you know? So we order based on that. And we usually try and order a couple extra so that anybody who doesn't have our pull list, you know, they can pick up stuff off the rack. So, for example, if you come in and you want Predator, we know, or I can tell you right now how many we should have on the racks after a pull list. So I can say, yeah, we can do it. And 90% of the time, it's no issue. You come in, you give us 5, 6, 10 titles, we can probably pull them. But it's the fact that it's monthly, we can adjust as you go. So you come in, you say, hey, I want minimum 3 titles, and we will do our best to pull it. You know, it's comics. Everybody wants exactly what they want, but in comics you don't get that. You know, it's why even when I was a customer, like I tell people, I didn't always get everything I wanted. You know, I would have to go to Myth, I would have to go to Kaboom, I would have to go to I don't know, out of town, or I'd order off of eBay if occasionally I miss something. And you do, you know, but for the most part, you come in, you say, this is what I want, and we just pull it. You know, you want a variant? If we can have it, if we have it, we'll pull it. We try and order enough that we have something for, in theory, anybody to come in and ask for it with reasonable time and get it. We books come in usually the day before release. We spent all day today. You know, we crack open the boxes, we count everything, we put it on the racks, and we have a big binder about this thick, full of everybody's pull sheets. We go through them. Oh, do you have this? We pull it. Obviously, it's me. You know, I got no sleep last night, so I'm hoping I did everybody's pulls right today. But you know, 90. We always say like 90% of the time, we're pretty good. So we mostly get everybody's books in, and as long as you come in semi regularly, and you know, it's a two-way street. You know, like you have to know what you want, and we have to do our best to get that for you. And if we miss something, then it's on you to tell us, hey, I didn't get this, and then we do our best to try and get it for you, whether it's on the racks, whether it's reordering, whatever it is that we can do. But you come in, you just tell us this is what I need, and that gives me assurance to order enough that you can get it too. You know, it's comics. Comics are all about collaborations. There's writers, there are artists, there's inkers, letterers, editors, printers, and then it comes to us, and then we give it to you. It's all a big ecosystem, and as long as we all communicate, you know, you can get everything you need.
That's true. We got Danny in the comments going on. Danny from the RGV Sports Show.
Mhm.
I'm saying, Luis, if you ever start a show, the sports show is a pretty good place to start. So, FYI, they got some
All
cool
right.
shit going. They got Kane coming. I don't know if you knew that. The fucking mayor, bro. The fucking
Really?
mayor. Yeah.
Well, the big red machine
The
more.
big red machine, whatever. The mayor, bro. It's got my vote. Fuck. So, like, can you choke slam me to the table, please? No, I'm just kidding.
So I had to ask. So I know you said like people were able to do polls and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Have you ever had experience that someone has asked you for a ridiculous amount of poll and they didn't pick it up at all?
Oh yeah, like once a month. Like once a month we get like we try and obviously right now, like I don't want to be a downer, but the economy's tough right now,
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's saving bit by bit, like people aren't coming by as often. And I get that, people are tightening their wallets. We have one of our biggest customers, they're partners in the hospital right now. So they're like, guys, like, please hold my books. I will pay for them as soon as I can. Like, don't stop pulling for me. And I have a choice, right? I either have to believe them or I have to say, no, like, this is where I stop. And the thing is, they've been a customer with us for years, so I believe them enough to keep their pull open. So I'm gonna keep pulling for them as much as I can. Like we have to give the benefit of the benefit of the doubt to the people. and sometimes that doesn't pan out. We had there's a customer who, he was a really cool guy. He'd come in, he was chatty, every week, every 2 weeks or something. And when COVID hit, I just never saw him again. Books came back. I kept pulling. We tried calling him after a few weeks. We were calling him maybe like once a month for like 6 months. And at some point, I'm just like, I have no idea where this guy is. You know,
Mhm.
all we have are the contact info that he leaves us. If he chooses not to answer, then we're stuck. He had a stack of maybe this big of books that I had to go back and throw into our back issues or into our dollar comic. We take a hit on that when people don't pick up their stuff. I don't know that people realize that, but I don't know what happened to him.
Mhm.
He could have got COVID and died.
Yeah.
I straight up just don't know. I've had
Yeah.
people who like they leave stuff and I see them on other pages, social medias, and I'm just like, wow, you jerk. You stiffed me. But yeah, like it happens, and I'm lucky to say that most of our pool members are really consistent,
Mhm.
and the ones that aren't, if we give them a call, they tend to come in. But yeah, we do occasionally have the unfortunate situation of, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, we just put up a box of canceled pulls. So anytime anybody cancels books, we're going to put them in there and we're going to give them a 25% discount. So
Mhm.
you can pick apart anything that they decided not to take.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you'll probably only do it on like on like your basic books. When it comes to like probably your more expensive ones, like your sensitive, usually those you like tend to keep them on the side or give priority to your more well known customers, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, when it comes to incentives, if you're like David, right, and you're like, I just want all Ronins and I know he's good for it, then I'm gonna pull it for him, and I'm gonna I might give it cheaper to him, than I would anybody else. If a pool member asks about it ahead of time, I'm more than likely gonna just, you get it. If you're nice, you're communicative, and you tell us what you want, there's no reason for me to not try and be a little bit nice to you in return.
Yeah.
That's true. I think I have the fucking Captain runs, the Last Ronin runs, the Obi-Wan runs.
Yeah.
Fucking Luke's taking all my money, Jay. All that shit.
It's got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, I used to write it off, but now I just started keeping the shit for myself. It went the opposite way.
I know, right?
I'd be like, 2 for me, 2 for the shop. 3 for me, 1 for the shop. Nothing. The shop
Yeah.
gets fucking nothing. So, but
I finally read that the hardcover Ronin book you left behind.
yeah, we got Nico saying, Sally, I'm going to be honest, I've never been to Lisa's shop. He seems like a cool guy. I need to go check it out. That's true, Nick. You should. So,
Thanks,
Limited has a lot of books, and they have like a bunch of nice statues and shit. I would totally buy your statues, bro. I just don't know where to put them. Like, you got some fucking like detailed shit. And I was like, man, but where did I put it? Like, I have fucking like 4 totes of pops. I have nowhere to put them. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But once we open up our podcast studio, bro, I'm gonna have all my pops fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah, dude. You got to put them somewhere, right?
Yeah. Besides in a fucking tote.
Dude, don't remind me of statues, man. I have a fucking statue coming in October. I have no idea where to fucking put it.
Shit, you're gonna sell it. That's what we're gonna do, Jay. You're gonna owe me money.
Fuck no, dude. I paid with that shit my own money. That shit is never gonna sold. It's gonna be displayed in the shop. It's never getting sold.
Shit, bullshit. You be off one day. Hey, Luis, you want a statue, bro? I'll charge you $20. I'll fucking give you money. I'll give you money to take it, bro. I'll give you money to take it.
That statue cost me $150.
We'll write off as a loss. We're fine. You got
Kinda
stolen.
cheap.
You bitch.
It's not too bad in terms of statues.
It's cheap as shit.
Well, I got it from first 4 figures. I got it on the pre-order.
Nice. So, how would you describe your shop, Luis? Like, so we got Nick who's never been there. So, how would you say, like, I don't want to spoil it and everything. But when you walk in there, what do you see first when you walk in and everything?
When you walk in, I hope that you see me or one of my employees saying hi, because the thing that matters most at our shop is being friendly, being open, and trying to help you find what you want right away. If you're looking for books, we can help you. Graphic novels, I think we try a lot to cater to people who read. A lot of comics are, they're collectibles, they're flippers, and that's fine. I'm not, I never have a problem with that. But like when someone comes in and they're like, hey, I want to read this, I'm like, all right, that's the stuff that I can help you with. I like pops, I like toys, I like, a little bit of everything, but like readers, that's when I really want to give my best.
Yeah. It's funny because you're saying like pops, and I remember giving you that Thor thing, and I was talking shit. I was like, it's not even in the back of your fucking thing. What the fuck? So we got Nick. right? Nick's like, does Jay actually work? I see him doing TikToks. Jay is the TikTok guy, bro. So
I'm
have you
about,
seen?
I'm about to say, I know he's telling me not the word.
Yeah, no
You,
shit.
Nick.
Have you seen this? Have you seen the TikToks, Luis?
I've seen a few. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty shit right now. I'm just kidding, Jay. Hey, check this out, bro. So like, I've been pushing a lot of TikTok and social media on the guys, right?
Mhm.
And Jay loves to do the TikToks. Ashley will do them, but Fred's like, they're gonna know who I am. I said, bro, you can't walk into any convention and they don't know who the fuck you are. Like,
Yeah. No.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like you walk into anywhere, they're gonna be like, oh, those are the collectors. That guy's from the collector. Like, you fucking know, bro. Like, we lose that privilege of like being such a tight community, you know?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
It's one of those things that as soon as you're in the collectible community, your private life is no longer your private life. They
Yeah.
know who you are. It's like
Yeah.
they see your face, you're like, okay, he's from Limited or he's from the collector, he's from Kaboom. It's like you lost all privilege of you being normal. Because dude, I fucking go to work and I have coworkers looking at me be like, "Oh, you're from the collector. I didn't know you work here." I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah. Instead of giving him a business card, Jay's like, fuck, follow me on TikTok.
No, actually, no, I've
Yeah,
done
right.
it. I've done it. I actually have business cards in my backpack just in case I ever get asked.
What's it called? Well, that's fucking cool. So, what would you say, Luis, is like the best part of like, being the manager there at Limited? Like, what's like the highlight of everything? Because I doubt it's the pull list because you got minimum sleep, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Best part of the job, and this isn't being a manager necessarily. The best part of working in a comic book shop is getting to read everything before everybody else. That hands down, like that's the like I will tell people like if you work for us and you like to read, you're gonna have a good time. It's that easy. Everybody, Last Ronin, if you wanted to, you could read it a day early. Sometimes two if it comes in early enough.
Mhm.
Ultimate Invasion #2 is a book I was looking forward to, and I already read it. It's not out till tomorrow, but as soon as the box came in, I cracked it open. I saw it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take 5 minutes. I'm gonna read this real quick.
Nice.
Well, that's a good thing about comic books that they're not really that long to read. Like you can literally like finish a comic book within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You can really push it. So to counter that, so if that's the best part, then what's the worst part? It's got to be the pull list, bro. You can't tell me it's not. You cannot say no.
100% it's pulls. And the thing is, it's twofold, right? Like number one, it's knowing that sometimes, again, 95% of our customers are like the best people you'll ever meet. They're friendly, they're nice, they're patient, they're caring. Sometimes there's guys that are like super, super picky, and I'm just like, man, or they ask for stuff last minute. Or it's just, I mean, we have over 150. We're probably close to, I haven't counted in a minute, but we're probably close to 200 pool members. So doing that takes a long time. And the thing is, I've been working almost every single Tuesday for the past 4 years. My knees hurt, man. I got no sleep last night. Today I was like, guys, I need to take a break. I need to sit down and like warm up my legs because I gotta go. There's so many books that I'm like, I gotta sit down because I'm standing up and then I'm kneeling back down and then gonna get back up because Venom's down there, but Amazing Spider-Man's way up there. So yeah, like it actually takes like a physical toll because it's work, it's movement back and forth for what books got here today at 1 p.m. and we didn't finish till 6:30.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like 5 hours of just nonstop.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Dude.
man, it's tough.
Pass.
Yeah.
So Nick's asking the question. So what series would you recommend now to read? So what would you recommend to Nick, man?
What would I recommend?
Or
There's
what would
a
be your
really
question and stuff?
if you want something easy, there's a Peacemaker series that just started. It's really funny, and it translates the humor from the show really, really well. But I mean, it's a really easy question, right? Like, what series would you recommend? It's like, what do you like? Like if you like anything at all, and you tell me one or two things that you like, I can find you something that you might enjoy. And hopefully you haven't already read it because everybody talks, everybody knows the good stuff. You've probably read Watchmen by this point, but
Yeah.
maybe you haven't read, I don't know, Nice House on the Lake or Last Ronin or, a million other books that are out always.
So the Peacemaker series, is that like a 5-issue run or what is it or what?
It's a 6-issue, I think.
6-issue.
So,
They're saying Marvel or horror? Ooh.
Marvel or horror? Okay. Marvel or horror. There is a Marvel or horror. I mean, if you like Marvel, Avengers is good. They just got a new #1, so it's a really good place to jump in right now. We're on issue 3, I think. So it's a good place to jump on. Avengers is kind of like the center of the universe, so it's always good. Spider-Man always has a million number ones. So Amazing is on issue 30, but Spider-Man India is barely on issue 2. There's a new Spider-Boy series launching. Horror, there's a Nice House on the Lake Deluxe Edition coming out in October. It's probably the best book I've read in a few years. So I recommend checking that out. That'll be $49.99. But if you pre-order now, you get a 15% discount. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Is that hardcover or paperback?
It'll be a hardcover. Yeah, it's deluxe, so it's a little oversized.
Nice. That's pretty cool. I know we had a couple of pulls for that. Me and Fred. Well, more Fred.
Yeah, it was mostly Fred.
Yeah, mostly Fred. That never paid, but it's fine. I got you, bro. I got you, Fred. So Fred had to cancel, bro. He had a dinner date with his fiancee wife now. So
yeah, hey, congratulations, Fred. I gotta swing by and tell him that.
No, don't tell him congratulations. Shit.
I won't tell him. All right, you know what? Yeah.
Fuck him, bro. He's like, I told the person to be on the podcast. I said, I'm the one on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Like, you sent us a message saying like, "Oh, hey, like I'm sending you the link, right?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the podcast." Like, the fuck you didn't tell me? I'm like, "Well, Fred told me to tell you."
That was great, bro. I just like to tease Fred, but I like to give him a lot of shit. But yeah, he's on the I'm Fred's replacement tonight. Shit bet. So funny story. We were talking about this before you jumped on, Luis. I don't know if you jumped on when we're talking shit, but I told Jay we should just put the link for the chat to join our podcast and just see the first 7 people that get on, because it could hold 10 people.
Yeah,
and just have a straight up discussion, bro. Like, it'd be fucking cool.
That's not bad. I think another thing that I really like about working at the shop is we'll just talk about bullshit. And it's not like I know it's easy to be like like, oh, it's like the Big Bang Theory, right? And like that's stupid. Like I've had there was an old lady who came by a few years back, and she walks in and she's like, "Oh, Bazinga." And I was like, "I'm sorry." And she's like Sheldon. And I was just like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go to the back and split my throat." But you really, when there's downtime, you really do just talk about really just dumb shit. And it's just nice to be with like either employees or just customers. They'll come in and they'll be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And we'll just be shooting the shit back and forth for like 30 minutes or whatever.
No,
it's
yeah,
always,
like
always nice. Yeah.
no, yeah, dude, I do that like all the time. Like whenever I'm there with the shop, like the 2 or 3 days, the 1 or 2 days I'm there.
Yeah.
There's days I'll just be shooting the shit with customers. There's even one customer. There's even one customer that I play Yu-Gi-Oh with, and they're in my downtime, and we're literally just like they're just shooting the shit, talking about random shit, playing him. I think I did a random TikTok like that one time, saying like, "Oh, I'm playing the customer for the best deals."
Bro,
It's just just one of those things that is interaction with the customers helps out a lot, especially getting to know them better, seeing what they like, dislike, and there was even one customer I was like talking nonstop for an hour because there was literally nothing else to do. Like there was no customers helping out, there was no customers coming in. I was by myself. It was like it was literally just talking, and that customer even to the end of it, the customer ended up spending like $200 that one day.
Yeah, I talk shit, bro. I'm fucking customers in and out, bro. Done. I ain't got no fucking friends, bro. I want the fucking money. Y'all are way too nice, man. I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. I'm like, oh, this is all you needed. Okay, $5. I'll have a good day. Bye. I turned that shit, bro. I want to go back to watching fucking I started watching My Hero as of today, bro.
Oh, nice.
So, are you using the anime or no?
I dabble. Yeah, I used to. I actually I have a reputation for being a hater. So I always say, I'm always like, fuck anime. But like, I mean, I was watching anime like 15 years ago. I was one of the people I was watching anime before the kids thought it was cool. I was one of the weird ones that was like, oh yeah, I like Code Geass and fucking, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, I watch anime, but I tell the kids,
Mel said David antisocial. She's not wrong.
Fucking rude. I like to make money. So, but so have you gotten to My Hero? I literally watched the first episode. And I just showed Jay, it's a hard watch for me, man. Like, I gotta spend a little bit more time on it. But the first episode didn't have me hooked, man.
Okay, you gotta get through season 1.
He told me to start in season 3, bro.
Yeah. No. Season 2 is good. Season 2 is my favorite because it's turning mark. But yeah, I watched My Hero. I started watching a few years ago, and I've just been watching it
for me. Yeah, it's because for me, knowing David is not really into like the beginning. So I told him straight up, right, hey, bro, like honestly, I would say start season 3 and you get and just start from there because Because I told him like honestly, man, season two, and season one are gonna drag you down, and trust me,
Season two's
you're gonna
good.
hate it.
Season two's good.
Well,
'Cause the
no,
thing is,
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Season two is good. I like it because I love the tournament arc. But
yeah,
season one, oh my fucking god, it could have been
it's a bit of a drag. Yeah, I was.
it's a drag.
My fiance started watching it while I was building furniture. So I was putting an IKEA shelf together. So I didn't really have to pay attention, and I haven't gone back to rewatch it. So I don't know how much it holds up. But I remember it was a little draggy, you know.
No,
But
season one, no, like straight up, season one drags.
yeah,
Season
once it
two,
gets going,
yeah, but once it gets going, it gets going. Because trust me, I think after seeing the last season, season six, oh my fucking god, that the Vince Lashley arc was fucking phenomenal.
Right. We got Anthony in here from RGV Elite, misunderstood teddy bear. I hope you're talking about JJ.
I'm about to say, bro, you're bigger than me.
We got Jaime Cantu saying Luis loves anime and Donnie Cates. And then we got Nick saying hi to Edward. Thank you for joining us, guys. We got Luis here from Limited, who, by the way, is hiring. Just FYI. So a nightly pool person, so he doesn't have to deal with that
If you're
shit.
looking for a summer job at limited edition,
for a summer job, no students. I'm
No
kidding.
students, bro. I do the same shit at work, bro. I'll be like, "Are you going to school?" Yes. Oh, okay. Like, so you're going to school? I'm just fucking tossing that shit, bro. So ain't nothing personal. So I just don't want to deal with that shit. Hire me. Nico says, "Hire me." I know, man.
Drop
Apply.
a resume.
That's true. You gotta drop a resume. You gotta fight for this position, bro. People be fighting to read those comics early and shit.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Okay, so David, so you were saying about the link.
Mhm.
You should do that for the 50th episode if you like.
That's true. 50th episode. So right now we're on 29, guys. So in 11, wait, is that 11 episodes? 21 episodes? I don't know. I'm bad at math. So I'm about to math this shit.
It would be like in 21 episodes.
Is it 21 episodes?
Or 29.
Yeah, 21 episodes. In 21 episodes, guys, we'll drop the link and we'll have a fan based conversation. So I'm gonna cheat though. I'm gonna send one to Luis and like one to Danny and shit, and one to Ramsey. Let's have a big old discussion and shit. But yeah, I figured fuck it, bro. It'd be fun.
It's not bad. Yeah, get the families together.
Everybody always says, bro, like podcasts are easy. You know, no, like yes and no. Like it's fun, but
It's easy to talk shit. It's easy, but it's hard to make it seem in a more professional way.
Yeah, sure facts. So, in his opinion, which is one of the most underrated superheroes? What do you think, Luis? Underrated superhero?
Underrated superheroes. I think Daredevil is somebody that really should be on that same level of like Spider-Man, and maybe I don't know about top 5, but he's definitely top 10. And I think people just forget about him. I don't think Ben Affleck did any good for the character, but I think people forget about the Netflix show. But I mean, he's good. He's a cool guy.
Oh, dude,
like
that show was amazing, man.
It's good, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Can't wait to the Disney Plus show to fuck it up.
I'll say that not to be a hater, but it could have been shorter. It should have been 8 episodes. I think TV is too long in general.
Facts. That's hard facts, bro. I 100% agree with you, bro. So, but that's good. So, Andre, so what would be your overrated superhero, bro? It's got to be Superman, bro.
It's not Superman. It's actually Batman.
Up, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh my god, I'm doing it again. So here's the thing about Batman.
Okay.
Nobody reads Batman, but everybody likes Batman. So ever since like the Nolan, it's the Dark Knight's fault, 100%. But the Dark Knight was so popular that everybody like likes Batman, but they don't read Batman, so they don't have like a full understanding of the character. Everyone's like, "Oh, my Batman's Michael Keaton, or my Batman is Nolan, or my Batman is Batfleck," and it's like, okay, that's cool. But Batman is like all of these things, but nobody wants to think about it like that, you know? Everybody has their Batman, and it's like, yeah, oh yeah, Batman could beat Superman, right? Batman could beat everybody with prep time. Prep
time. Prep time.
You
It's
know,
all
like-
about the prep time.
So silly. It's so ridiculous. Like, okay, it's okay for him to lose, guys. It's okay for him to do something else for a while.
Luis
Yeah.
is dissing Batman while David has a big ass 18-inch Batman behind him, staring there.
I
Staring down at him.
I bought that for the podcast, bro. The best $40 I ever spent. Because I had the Jenna figures, right? And I was like, fuck it. And then I was like, oh, I'll get that thing. So who voiced the Joker better? Who do you think was the best voice actor for the Joker?
Oh, dude.
Joker.
Oh, don't
Hands
talk.
down.
I know who you think, Jay. I already know you.
Fuck you, dude.
Mark Hamill. Bet.
No shit.
It's got to. I like Mark Hamill, but I don't think John DiMaggio's bad. I think he's pretty
No.
good. He's got like a raspiness to his throat. It's pretty good.
That's true. That's true. What's it called? So wait, which one's gonna be your favorite Spider-Man, bro? Which is your Spider-Man?
My favorite Spider-Man. I don't know. I like the movies. They're okay. You know.
You gotta pick one, bro. You gotta save one to save the multiverse.
Okay. So I get what? So you want to do the three main, or want to
Yeah, are
add
we doing
Miles
just the
too?
three?
We can do it in the
Or,
three, bro.
or you want to add Miles?
Nah, we ain't Miles. Fuck Miles. We're going Toby, Garfield, or fucking Holland, bro.
I'm gonna do Holland, because if Holland fucks up, the Avengers are there, you know. And all the others, if Spider-Man dies, he dies. It's over.
Nah, man, that's true. I'm a Garfield guy, bro. I love when fucking Gwen died, bro. I was all happy. She snapped the neck, clack. I'm like, oh, she fucking died. I was like, damn, it's crazy, bro.
Oh man, that's good.
But
Garfield's good though. I think they're all good. I think everybody who likes Toby is like a little overly nostalgic.
Mhm.
Like, okay, Spider-Man 2 is not that good. It's a little boring.
Toby is good up to the third one. Third one's like that.
Well, they're gonna make a fourth one, supposedly, right? That's what the rumor is.
That's still speculation, bro.
That's what we live our podcast on, bro. Speculations and bullshit.
That's
It's
not
one,
real.
it's one of those things. Until I see something ironclad, I'll look forward to it. But because they're even still saying like, oh, that Iron Man's coming back, and this, and then especially the way they're doing the Deadpool 3 cameos about like, oh, the Scarlet Witch, the fight Jean Grey, and then so on and so forth. Like, there's so many different things that they're adding to it, but who knows?
So what about that, Luis? Like, you see, like the what's called the one superhero that have made a movie one superhero that they haven't made a movie and that you would like to see. So what do you think, Luis? Does Blue Beetle count? No, I'm just kidding.
We already have the movie.
It hasn't come out yet.
Not yet. I don't know. Mr. Miracle, maybe.
Which one?
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, that whole Jack Kirby, New God stuff. Like, there's so much stuff there that it, like, there was supposed to be a movie, and then they DC dropped the ball like they usually do. So
Yeah, but I say I was really hoping the Batgirl movie would have came out.
see, that would have been good. You know, like it looked like it was going to be good.
It looked like it, but too bad that fucking DC had to scrap it, and it's locked behind a vault, and it's never gonna get shown.
Not yet.
No, they already say it's never gonna get shown.
So, with all the movies, bro, I mean, you see that rise, right? We talked about, Batman. Everybody wants Batman. Spider-Man. Everyone wants Spider-Man.
Mhm.
So, you as a manager, do you like adjust your pools, your demand for that? Because I mean, I've seen you do a lot of outfits in Spider-Man a couple times. Just I didn't want to post any pictures, bro. You're welcome.
You didn't want to do that. You didn't want to do the $9,000 to him.
Nah, I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do you dirty like that, bro. But how do you guys adjust to that? Because obviously, like Fantastic Four is gonna be dropping soon again. A lot of the new series, when they start that new series, it lines up with the movie, right? Whether it's Obi-Wan and so forth. So do you guys try to go heavy on that, or do you guys just try to see how it turns out? Because it's obviously like everything else, right? It's like selling a pop. Once that first trailer comes out, that's where the hype's at. After that, it's done.
It's an adjustment. You always want to have something, even if it's not, you don't necessarily have to go hard. And the thing is, because it's comics, like, it's hard to tell people like, oh, you gotta, this is an omnibus, right? It's $100, it's 30 issues, 40 issues, however long. That's a hard sell for people, But if we can get maybe half a dozen trade paperbacks, like Invincible, for example, it's okay. I read the book, I watched the show. It's all right. It's not my favorite thing ever. But we've sold a good chunk of trades off of that. And the one that really surprised me was that the compendium, it's like $60 for the first like 50 issues or something.
Yeah.
We've sold like 24 of those. And that, I think, is a kind of a hard sell for the average consumer. But yeah, like I ordered like one or two, and they were gone within a week. So I order another one, and then we get a bunch of custom orders, and then we have one, and it sits for a while, and then season 2 gets announced, and then we sell another one, and then another one, and bit by bit, like, you really have to. You get surprised sometimes by what people buy.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Invincible was the shit, bro. When did I watch it? I think I watched it when I was on vacation, bro. I was like, "That's pretty fucking G."
I just want to see Omni-Man and Homelander go at it in Mortal Kombat 1.
Jesus, right? No shit, bro. Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
The death battle is gonna happen in real life. Like, did you ever see that because I think they made it like a death battle between Omni-Man and Homelander. I think Richard Chief made it.
Yeah.
So they animated it, and I think, not surprisingly, Omni-Man kicked his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Nico saying, "Did you ever get a chance to read the Keanu Reeves comic? If so, was it any good?" So I think he's talking about Berserk, right?
Did you read it, Dave? Because you bought it.
I don't fuck no. Don't get high on your own supply, bro. Shit.
So this is man, it's really, again, it's hard to recommend things to people because I don't want to be a hater, but like I don't want to say I've read a lot, but I've read more than like someone who's been reading for like a couple of years. So for me, I'm like, Berserk, it's fine. I think it's fine. I actually think it kind of meanders too long, and it could have been like a 6-issue miniseries. But if you're relatively new to comics, you might get something out of it. You know, so it's okay. There's a one shot coming out tomorrow. You can pick it up at Limited Editions Comics and Collectibles around Alana.
No. And how much is that going to run, the one shot?
It's like $6.99.
That's not bad.
So that's not too bad. What's it called? That's true. I mean, I know like Keanu Reeves. I know the autograph one was like what was a 1 in 1,000 ratio, right, or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was a 1 in 1,000. Yeah,
it was a 1 in 1,000. Right? Did you guys get any of those or no?
No.
You didn't hit the 1,000 orders.
I think we hit somewhere like 200 or something. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Like the odds of the thing is 1 in 1,000 is a hard sell. You want that book to be accessible to some people. And when it's a 1 in 1,000 signed by a celebrity, what did Kaboom have it for originally? Like 5K maybe?
Yeah.
There's 1 or 2 people in the valley that might get it.
Yeah.
And
Not
does
wrong
that
there.
justify the entire order, you know? I don't know. So I decided not to go hard on it. And I mean, we sold out of all of Berserker #1, but we didn't have 5 times the demand for it. So I'm glad we didn't get it, you know?
I just got to sign the Keanu Reeves, bro, for like $1,300, bro. I'm happy as hell. Shit.
I guess it's just one of those things you have to like think about the demographic here, because especially with it's the same thing with us with pop. It's like we can't have like a pop that's worth like 5K. It's never gonna sell here. We're gonna have like one. It's like we could barely move a couple pops that are worth like $300 to $400. We'd rather have pops that are worth at least around $50 to $200 range, because that's easier for us to sell versus something that's like worth like 500 and above.
Yeah, facts.
You really have to consider like the demographics. You have to consider the market. You have to consider the fact that I mean, McAllen here, the McAllen Edinburgh area is what, maybe 200,000 people. Like how many of those people collect? How many of those people collect pops? How many of those people collect books? How many of those people are willing to spend more than $20, $30 a week? Like it really gets really narrowed down. So it's cool to have something really, really, really rare.
Oh yeah.
What are the odds that someone local is gonna buy it? And you can just put it online, but then at that point it's like, I don't know. I think it takes a little bit of the magic away.
Yeah,
the one customer interaction is.
Yeah, kind of like us many moons ago, we had the PA Vegeta, and we had to sell that online because we were never going to sell it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad to say we sold it at a loss.
Yeah, that's true. We lost a couple $100 on that. So, Nico said, what's the most recent comic that flew under the radar that did very well in sell? So, the Hidden Gem.
The Hidden Gem. I think that's a little contradictory, because if it does well, it generally has word of mouth. It's hard to decide, like
the sleeper pick, bro. The sleeper pick. Come on.
The sleeper pick. I name dropped it earlier, but Nice Sauce in the Lake was it was one of those books, like I read it. DC Books come a few days earlier, so I got to read it. It was coming out through most of last year and the previous year, but I got to read issue 1. It came in on Wednesday, the week before it was supposed to come out, and I read it. I'd ordered like a good amount of copies, and I read it, and immediately I was telling all my friends, I was like, guys, jump in on this now. And I almost doubled our order in restocks, and it ended up doing really, really well. It was a consistent seller throughout. A lot of comics throughout the first 5 to 10 issues. There's a drop off. Number 1 does great, 2 little less before it finds its actual audience. There was maybe like 15 to 20% drop off throughout the course of that book. So it did well in sales.
I was gonna ask you about the Creed one, bro. I didn't know Creed released a fucking comic book.
The fuck you mean Creed released a comic book?
Creed ran out of comic book, bro. It came out like a month ago, right? Or 2 weeks ago?
About a month ago. Issue 2 comes out tomorrow. You can pick it up at Limited Editions. We're on the Lana.
You see that shit, Jay? I know my shit, Jay. I add that to my pull list. Fuck that.
Well, it's like I said, I don't really keep up much with comic books, especially because it's something like that. Like I know, like recently, we're talking about like the Justice League comic book they had San Diego Comic-Con just released, Justice League versus Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah,
that one actually looks really good, but that one doesn't come out till October.
I think that's gonna do really well.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. You're bringing the Justice League fighting 2 of the best monsters of the MonsterVerses, so I wouldn't doubt that. That's gonna sell pretty fast.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm interested on those, like, see how they do the variants.
Oh, we got Chris from The Average Boys. He must have got out of his combat yoga. What's up, Chris?
So, Chris,
So, have you seen The Average Boys podcast, Luis, or no?
I have not, unfortunately.
So every Friday, bro, but 9 o'clock, bro, they got some good stuff going on. They had this awesome thing about AI and shit. It's fucking great, bro. Like it's a really good podcast. You gotta check them out.
That's cool.
If it wasn't for Chris, it wouldn't be a collector's podcast, kind of.
Oh, did he convince you?
Well, I mean, I was dabbling and shit, you know, and then he just kind of convinced me to do it. I was like, fuck it. And I think one day I texted Jay, like, we're doing a podcast today, Jay. Good luck. Let's go.
Yeah, no shit. I fucking love that message. He messaged me one night. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like,
For an hour.
What are you doing for an hour? I'm like, nothing. I don't work. He's like, why? What's up? He's like, let's do a podcast.
It's crazy because you can see, like, I started off in my kitchen, then I slowly made it to my living room.
Yeah.
And then I started caring about my background. Like, started, like, slightly. So I don't have a fucking bookshelf, but I don't want to buy furniture in this fucking place. I'm gonna have to move it. Everything I buy, I have to move. It fucking sucks.
My little bookshelf has been getting more and more stuff every once in a while.
Damn, that shit. What's it called? That's great. But you should check it out, bro. If you're not doing anything on a Friday night, or even if you're at work, you can put it on.
Okay.
So, but it's pretty cool. They got some good shit
check it out.
going on. But how you guys feel about the Kalamukan and Ulami writing the comic book? So what do you think?
I think I don't know. She seems like an actual fan, which is, it's always cool to see. But also, like, celebrities writing comic books, it's like once in a blue moon, it's like actually good, and 90% of the time, it's just a stunt. Like at this point, like fucking John Leguizamo wrote a comic book. Do you know about it? No, you don't. Why? Because it's fine. Like ultimately, it could be a stunt. It could be good. Obviously, I hope that it's good. I would rather books be good than not good. But I don't know. I think they realized they got a lot of bad press for this whole Miss Marvel thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, they probably are trying to up that goodwill a little bit.
That's true. And plus, I think she was like a cosplayer before, right? For Miss Marvel before.
She might have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
she was a cosplayer before she became actual Miss Marvel. So
The
it's
actual
like
Miss Marvel.
it's pretty much a fan become actor,
Mhm.
and then now the actor is trying to do whatever she wants, whatever she can, of course, to bring her favorite character to life.
It should be good. It should be good. Are you gonna have a pull list for that? No, fucking with you.
I'll read it.
About phase 4 and 5. So what do you think about phase 4 and 5?
Let's hope the writer's strike finishes after. That's the main shit. So a lot of movies are getting hold and postponed because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. So as long as that's still happening, a lot of movies, a lot of movies are getting postponed until further notice.
Yeah.
So Hollywood, fucking listen to your damn actors and writers.
Yeah, for real, man. Like they're the ones that really make the wheels go. Can I be honest? I don't care about the movies.
That's fucked up, bro.
They're fine. Look, it's cool. It's cool to see them, right? But like, I don't know. Like, I went to go see the Batman, right? And I was like, yeah, it's good. I like Pattinson. I think Pattinson's a good actor. Pattinson's been in better stuff. I'm sorry, he just has. So I watched that. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna reread Batman Year One, right? I'm gonna reread Batman the Imposter. I'm gonna reread Batman Long Halloween. Like, to me, the comics are always what informs the movies. So no matter how good the movie is, I'm like, you know what? It's not as good as the book. And I appreciate them for what they are, and it's cool that they exist, and it's cool that like they get people into comics. But for me, I'm never gonna be mad that they made Taskmaster a girl, or that they did this or they did that. I don't care that much. It's fine. It's cool to see, and I'm gonna, they have my money forever. I'm gonna go and see all of the Marvel movies and all the DC movies.
Is
But
it so sad to say I still haven't watched Black Widow?
Jesus Christ, bro. You're missing out on that one, bro.
it's fine, bro. It's on Netflix.
That,
Or
I
on
mean,
Disney Plus, right?
Disney Plus. He said the Riddler actor wrote the prelim comics actually, and then did you know that? I didn't know that.
I did, yeah. He actually seems to be a fan of the books, which is kind of cool. And I read the first issue of that one. It was good. I meant to catch up, and I just haven't. There's so much to read, so I'm always a little behind on something. But issue 1 was good.
What about Secret Invasion? Have you seen Secret Invasion, bro? Nada.
No, not gonna.
I still have not seen it to this
Man,
day.
you both suck, bro. That's actually pretty half decent. I mean, half decent. It's not fucking great, but
Dude, I just have honestly, it hasn't caught my attention. I haven't. Like has it finished yet? Like has it finished it or
No, I
no?
think it's like
Like
2
one
more
issue
episodes.
left. Yeah, one or two.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna wait and binge watch it because honestly, it's like one of those things that uh, I like espionage, but I still have it hasn't caught my attention to the point that I wanna watch it. It's not
I don't.
good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that they used AI credits or the intro sequence or whatever. So I'm like deliberately just not going to watch it.
Oh, you're
I
going
think
on strike.
I think that that's something that's like potentially really damaging for the industry.
Mhm.
And again, we're talking about the SAG after strike and paying writers and paying creators, and like if we want to do that, we have to take a stand against little stuff like this because it starts little. Oh yeah, it's supposed to fit the theme of being unnatural or whatever. Yeah, sure, that's a bullshit excuse because if you accept it this time, the next time they use it, you're going to be like, well, you know what, that also kind of makes sense, and then before you know it, articles are being written by AI and movies are being written by AI, and it just kind of takes away from like I don't know. Like I think art is such an intrinsically human thing that bringing artificial intelligence and stuff outside of that, not only does it take the spark away, but it also takes that job and that work away from people who actually want to like live in and make art, you know?
Oh
So,
yeah.
so here's my asshole opinion. Okay,
Okay.
so I think it's a pretty good like with AI because the reason being it challenges the writer. It
Uh-huh.
challenges the writer to be more creative to separate themselves from AI.
Mhm.
So us as the consumer, we're gonna get higher quality items. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion to it. Because you got to think of it like Walmart self checkout, mobile ordering. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's true.
if there's a rough patch to it, but at the end of the day, the consumer goes through there faster, right? So it does suck because there are some writers there that obviously per their contract or whatever, like some are going to eat it, some are going to adjust. But I think if you're a really good writer, and it separates the ones that are doing it for money that are doing it for the quality. You know what I mean? So that's my asshole opinion, like, and that's kind of where I stand.
See, I think that's a solid point. I think where it falls apart is the fact that like the balance between art and money is such a razor's edge, and it's so easy to say like yeah, no, yeah, then writers should write better, and like that's true, but also there's only so many writer positions at any given point
Mhm.
that they're already competing to try and be the best. They're already competing from producers who favor certain writers. Like ultimately, it's not actually a meritocracy. It's not the best writer gets the better projects. It's do you know a guy? Okay, then he's gonna hook you up. And if not, then you're gonna get replaced. And ultimately, Walmart could hire more people. Having
Mhm.
self checkout does take that one job away from one cashier. And yeah, that guy could go and work somewhere else, right? But if he's, really wants to be a cashier, then his job has been taken away by a machine.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
And yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's just my stupid ass retail mind. But I always thought about like the quality because there's some shows that are written good, some are written bad, and I like to compare it to like the Flash, like the fucking CW Flash.
Mhm.
You can tell when there's some really good writing, like that fucking actor that one of his Wells or whatever. Like his episodes are fucking great. Then they'll have
Yeah.
like someone go in, and some of the episodes are just garbage, bro. And it kind of like like it still doesn't impact the overall 18 episode story, but there's somewhere they have the passion to think outside the box and go around it.
Mhm.
And then AI is just kind of delivering it like, okay, this is what everybody likes. Here's your show. Here's your episode. Done.
Yeah.
Like how do you be creative around AI? I don't know. That's my thing.
Yeah.
But fuck the robots. I'm just kidding.
Like I said, eventually Sky is gonna take over. It's gonna take over the world.
You definitely ain't wrong. So, all right, Luis. Well, we appreciate you having on, man. What's it called? It was fun. Maybe join us for our 50th anniversary episode, bro. We'll have like a whole panel.
Yeah, bro. Let me know. I'll be here.
I might be that guy, bro, and upgrade our plan to where you can have like 30 people on and just have this one
Dude.
big shit show of talking.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm gonna be like questions. I'm gonna just mute everybody. Mute. Everybody gets the one answer.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. But
God,
anything,
it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
yeah, slightly. What's it called? Nico, I'm in. Right, I got you, Nico.
Yeah, bro.
I
Let's do
remember,
it.
bro. I don't forget. So make sure you check out Limited. So anything else you want to add here, Luis? Anything going on? Any specials? Any big events coming up over there at the shop?
We are hiring at Limited Editions Comics and Collectibles. If you want a job that isn't very difficult, hit us up. We don't comics doesn't pay well, but it's fun. I'll say that. So
We're paying you with experience.
we're paying you with experience, yeah.
And
And
discounts.
I'm a good reference. So
Are you though? Are you?
I'm a good reference.
And Nico, I'm already here. Be like, I'm talking to your boss right now. He's sending hired. Oh shit! What do you need? What's it called? You're just looking for. What are you looking for? So
Morning, afternoon work. We're actually looking. It's a little bit. We like closing shifts. Closing shift weekends is always nice to have. Morning and afternoon is when I work. So
hey, look,
I
bro,
don't.
I'll
Yeah.
give you the reference right now, bro. So Nico can fucking sell almost as good a salesman as me, but he can sell ice to an Eskimo. And Chris is fucking great when it comes to social media and graphic design and shit.
You know what? We're always looking for that. If you want to hit us up,
Yeah.
swing by, drop off a resume, hit us up at LMT Editions on Instagram or Limited Editions on Facebook. Just hit us up. We'll see what happens.
And then if you do happen to hire either one, it's like $2, $3, something,
Yeah.
He's
per paycheck.
gonna take away $10 from your pull box.
Yeah, what the fuck? Just to take it off the top of my pool list, bro. For sure. But thank you for joining us, Luis. Much appreciated. Jay, I know you gotta get to work, so we'll get a finder's fee, right, bro? Finder's fee for sure. Well, hopefully Nick, Chris, you guys drop a DM over here to Luis. He's a cool dude. I mean, I'd work with him, but I'd be talking shit about AA the whole time. I'll be honest. That's just me. So, but make sure you guys check out Limited. They're across the street from the movie 16, right?
No, the Hollywood movie theater.
Hollywood movie theater. It's been a minute since I've been to the Valley.
We're if you remember the old cons, that's us. We're exactly there.
Oh, the old cons. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Are you guys know where the old cons is?
Yeah, we did. I looked it up.
Damn, I fucking love cons, bro. Shit.
Yeah,
You should have kept that shit out of books, bro. Fuck. I'm having my fucking stir fry and shit. But
Second shop.
right, exactly. All right. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys on the next one.